Patrick studying, doing some light reading. How to win at Nintendo.
Yeah.
That means if somebody comes in and asks, "Are you winning, son?" you could say yes.
Oh, I could beat all of the Nintendos.
You're gonna beat the Nintendos.
All of the Nintendos.
No, don't
How
beat
to win at Nintendo.
all of them.
It's not specifically what Nintendo. It's just Nintendo.
Every single Nintendo.
All of them.
every one ever. Can you beat this one?
That one? Oh, of course.
This is the Dark Souls of Nintendo games.
I thought that was.
No, ignore him. He doesn't exist. Just like Silk Song, right, Marvel?
What?
Silk Song doesn't exist.
Not yet.
Another one we just don't get in stock often is Jaguar stuff. We got some super clean carts here, and they do have the manuals. Sadly, no box, but still, just super, super hard to find games in general. They just don't get traded in that often. We just don't get them that often. But we got Bubsy, Brutal Sports Football, Trevor McFur, and Iron Soldier. Got a pretty cool chunk of trade-ins here, starting off with all these Xbox games. We also got a ton of manga, Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man, Devilman, Assassination Classrooms, as well as some DVDs. Elfen Lied Omnibus. We got the cool God of War Collector's Edition hammer traded in. This thing is actually like, I don't know, sturdier than I thought. For some reason I thought it was going to be like stone, but it's like a big plastic hammer that you can actually kind of mess with. We got this really cool art book for this comic book artist, as well as some NES Pumas. Really cool shoes. They are size 11 men's in the US, so if you're interested, come check them out. I would totally snag these if they were my size, but unfortunately they're not. They got the little reset button, and they are basically brand new. Here's a look at those GameCube games. These are all the lower priced ones. We also got some really cool anime DVDs traded in. Samurai X, Lupin the Third. We got this. I don't know what this show is called, but it's called Cyber something. It's a big figure. This is a Frieza figure, but it is sealed, so I'm not going to open it. But if you guys want to look it up, that's what it's called. Full Power Frieza, and it's an SH Figure Arts. We got Burnout Legends, Grand Theft Auto 5, Van Dread, and another Samurai X. And then these guys up here are not quite complete in box, but still really cool. I think this one is a Hollywood Video cover. These two may or may not have manuals. Time Splitters, Mech Assault, Monkey Ball. Then we get into the really cool ones. Ikaruga, Lost Kingdoms, SNK, and Capcom. Two copies of Simpsons Hit and Run, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, and Cubivore, Survival of the Fittest. Wow.
Look how beautiful it is. This is going to be our little booth banner for our PRGE booth. Celeste kind of drew this little guy up and we printed it out, and we're going to use it to kind of catch everyone's attention, I guess, at our booth at PRGE. It looks really cool. It wasn't even that bad. It was like $60 to make this. Not bad at all.
It's actually pretty nice quality too. It's not flimsy or anything. It's really nice.
Yep. Looking forward to that. We might, now that I know that it's so affordable to make these things, we'll definitely be doing some more of these in the future, I think. It's gonna be real cool. Come out and see it at our booth at PRGE.
Heck yeah. What kind of stuff can people expect to see at the booth?
Ooh. Well, we're definitely gonna have a lot of Pokemon plush. We are probably gonna bring some of our kind of more niche like consoles and games that maybe the right audience doesn't come in every day to the shop for them. Like some of the harder to find consoles, like maybe our Box 3DO and the Texas Instruments console, maybe some of the sealed PS2 games and things like that. Stuff like that. But we're going to have a lot of stuff. We're going to have like regular stuff. We will probably have some copies of the new Zelda Echoes of Wisdom as well. So planning on getting those in at the shop. I think we'll have them Wednesday, and then we'll, which will be just in time. So we'll probably bring some of those. Probably not a lot. Maybe 10 or 12. We'll see.
Very cool.
It's gonna be cool.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Hello, I am showing my pickups once again. There's a listing I found on Facebook Marketplace. The guy had a ton of like Japanese PS1 games for $60, including a console. And I was looking at some of the games that he had, and I was like, oh, maybe this might be a good deal. So the first game was this one. This one really caught my eye because of the art. It is very Celeste core. It's called Dochi Mecha, I think. Yeah.
Kind of looks like Puka.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, Dochi Mecha. I think it's like a strategy game, I think. Or an RTS. Or maybe that's the other game I'm about to show. So yeah, so there's that. And then there's this one. I don't remember the full name. It's called Tadaima something. I can't read kanji. I think this one is the RTS one. It's kind of cool because the art style on it is very like clay-like, where it's like clay, you know, models. Or, yeah. Yeah. This is the game I didn't really find a lot of information about. When me and Steven was talking to this guy, he was just like, oh yeah, I have like more stuff. So he pulled out more stuff, and they were PS2 games. Some of them were Japanese. There's this one. It's kind of a obscure RPG one. This one kind of caught my eye, again, because of the art. I don't know the name of it. It's all in kanji. But there's that. And then the other one is Harvest Moon. I know this one isn't a lot, but you know, I've been getting into Harvest Moon, so this was kind of cool. There is more stuff that he gave to us. Yeah.
Yeah. This is our manga and comic book section.
Well, this is part of it. So it's looking pretty stacked right now. We need a bigger section. Got all these really awesome graphic novels, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man Venom. A lot of mangas up there, art books, strategy guides. It's overflowing. We need to make room for all these, but we've got freaking Persona 3, 4, 5, like the full sets, Chainsaw Man. You got the Ninja Turtles, the Invincible, the Avatar books. We got all these over here. Naruto's, Demon Slayers, Chobits, just all kinds of stuff that we just don't even have room on the floor. But since starting with the bringing in the mangas and all that, like, y'all have really started showing up and coming through with those things. So
we've got a lot of good stuff.
it's been pretty cool. I just really wish we had more room to display it all. But
Yeah,
I'm
so
glad that
come buy
everyone
some,
is-
so that way we can get some more stuff out.
Yeah, I'm glad that everyone has been coming in with them. It's been pretty cool. We've only been doing it for like, I don't know, a month or two, and we've already got an amazing selection, I think. Pretty
Definitely. A
sick.
lot of good game crossover stuff too.
Yeah, and I mean, this isn't even all of it. We've got like other ones also that are like full sets and stuff as well. There's a ton. So real cool.
What's the manga you read most recently?
Well, I know I did the little experience share on the Solanin one. I know I read a couple after that. I don't remember which one was the most recent. I read like, what is it, Girls Last, the one about the two girls in like a post-apocalyptic setting where they're in like the city and there's like almost no one else alive and they're riding around in a little tank. What's that one called?
I'll look it up and maybe post it.
It's Girls
here.
Last something, or I don't remember. Maybe it's not Girls, but it's something like that. But I read that one, and then
You haven't read all of the JoJo's yet?
no,
Every
I haven't read
single
any.
one?
I have not read any JoJo yet. I've watched the show though. I also read Golden Kamuy issue 2.
That one's supposed to be good. We sold a set of those.
We sold a set of the first 3 to somebody. They were real happy to see it. So I read the Golden Kamuy. It was one of those two was probably the last one that I read. There might have been something else though.
The last one I read was the Spoke Rohan Kishibe.
Who?
It's a JoJo character.
Oh.
It's been a busy day at the share. Raymond, how's your day been?
Tiring.
Tiring?
Yeah.
I've been going through, what is this, a trade?
Yeah, this was a trade that I finally finished. Yeah, and then so I called the person and they will be coming in on Saturday.
Nice. Alright, cool. Keep up the good work. Don't collapse yet. You can get some good sleep tonight. No!
I've been playing Astro Bot for the PS5 recently, just like I'm sure everyone else has been telling you about. It's a really good game. I beat it. I collected... First I beat it, then I went back through and I got all of the little Astro Bots. It's not really a spoiler because I think it pretty much tells you from the get-go, but there's 300 of them to collect, and then, you know, it unlocks some extra stuff. And I did that also, did all the extra stuff and everything. And yeah, it's a really good game, like everyone's been saying. It's like 3D platformer wise, a lot of people are ranking it up with the Mario 3D platformers. A lot of people I've been even seeing have been ranking it above some of the Mario 3D platformers. For me personally, I don't think I would rank it as high as probably any of the Mario 3D platformers, but it is up there in that same kind of like ballpark area, I guess. It's a lot of fun. There's a whole lot of nostalgia in it with all the different references to all the old PlayStation franchises, which is definitely nice to see. I wish that Sony would see all that and maybe think maybe we should bring back some of these old franchises, because people are really loving this, and this was like assumedly a smaller budget, smaller release title that's hopefully doing very, very well. Reviews wise, it's doing very well.
It's supposed to be getting free DLC.
Yes, it is. We have not seen sales numbers yet. I hope like crazy that it sold very well, because games like this are exactly what I wish Sony would get back to doing more of back in the PS1, PS2 era, where there were just tons of really fun, cool, little interesting games that didn't take themselves too seriously. That's like what I wish they would do more of. So hopefully this sells very well, and they'll even start bringing back some of the other franchises maybe that they even reference in this game as like smaller, kind of similar scale, or even smaller scale than this. That'd be amazing. That'd be great. That's what they need. I think anyway. So it's a great game. Really, really cool. The platforming in it is really cool. The one thing that I personally think it has over the Mario 3D platformer games, I think the boss battles in Astro Bot are a lot better than the boss battles in the Mario 3D games. They're definitely a bit more challenging. There's more mechanics and different phases and things to a lot of them. And it might take you multiple attempts even on some of them till you see kind of what the boss's behaviors are, till you know, so that you can beat it. So that was really cool. I really liked that. I do wish one kind of knock against it for me is the bosses, and then all the other enemies as well, that none of them really stand out a lot or have like a lot of personality. And the Mario games definitely have that, like Goombas and the tortoise shells and all those things. They're all so unique. They all have a lot of personality. And the bosses like Bowser and the Koopa Kids, all that. All of these ones in this game kind of feel a little kind of generic, and I don't know, generic is such a cliche term to use, but kind of just recyclable, like disposable type villains, the bosses and the regular enemies. So that's one thing for me that I wish they would do a little more. The 3D platforming itself is also nowhere near as deep or intricate as what it is in the Mario 3D platformers. But all the music is really cool. The way that they do kind of remix versions of some of the songs from some of the games that they're referencing is really cool. The bonus levels that you unlock at the end of the levels that are kind of themed around other franchises are really, really cool as well. Those were some highlights to it. The whole game takes, I'd say around 10 to 15 hours to beat. I'm not sure what kind of time I have on it. Probably somewhere between 16 and 20 after almost pretty much 100%ing it. I do need to get to platinum. I think I'm about 80% of the way to the platinum. Another thing I think Brittany was just talking about too is that it would be really cool if they added any kind of multiplayer mode to this game. That would be pretty cool, whether it's co-op or just, you know, something. That would be cool. I do know it's supposed to be getting free DLC. Maybe that'll be part of it. I don't know. But Astro Bot, it rules. You should definitely buy it. Support the studio. This is Team Asobi. They're like remnants of Japan Studio and other people as well. This is the kinds of games we want to encourage Sony and all the rest of the video games industry to support and to keep making. So, but it's great. And the little controller is really cool too. I got the little Astro Bot controller. It's really cool.
We did not get any of those, just for reference. Distributor did not get any.
None of those for sale, unfortunately.
Controllers.
But Astro Bot, 2 thumbs up. Definitely a top 10 of the year for me for this year. Probably top 5.
Way better than Final Fantasy.
No.
Hello, I'm doing the trade voiceover this time. You got some pretty cool stuff. Probably just touch on what we have, but we have Xenosaga 1 through 3. This being the third one, which is really cool. We don't get this one too often. Got some nice bread and butter stuff. We got the Def Jam, which is awesome. Some Game Boy games. We can't have enough of that. And of course, Pokemon Black 2. Everyone keeps asking for it, so we have one. Some pretty cool Capcom vs. SNK Pro. We don't get that one too often. And Skies of Arcadia, which people seem to love a lot. Some cool PS3 ones. Can't have enough of that. And some of the cheaper but also really good GameCube and PS2 stuff. So thought I'd show that. But yeah, we got some pretty good trades this time around.
We got some crazy box stuff in, starting off with the Star Wars and this gauntlet, which is actually sealed. And then we got a whole ton of Game Boy Advance. The coolest, in my opinion, is Godzilla. It's not the most expensive, but that one is the coolest, in my opinion. Cool stuff: Naruto, Daredevil, Yu Yu Hakusho, this Ninja Turtles double pack, which is pretty uncommon. Digimon, which actually has the poster, Curious George, Wolverine, lots and lots of cool stuff.
So, let's start over.